Howdy, folks. It's Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness. It is just after midnight, and we are looking at a big pile of games. Well, there happens to be 9 games here, and they are 9 of the items on my War Room 10-game list for 2025. Got one more to select, put on the list. This is sort of my near final preliminary list, subject to change. Now, what is this War Room 10-game list thing, you might ask, if you don't know? The War Room is a sort of podcast, a live stream of sort of 3 gentlemen that discuss war games on Saturday afternoon each week. They host it on, they alternate between ID Jester's channel and Rough Swordsman War Game. Now, there's other groups out there called the War Room. If you search, you'll find, yes, there are other groups. This is ID Jester, Kurt, and Rough Swordsman War Game, Dean, and Nate. He's the new guy. He replaced Tony's board life when Tony got really busy with his master's degree and such. But so you can watch that every week. Popular show. Every year they host a challenge, a 10-game challenge, where you can pick 10 games. You put them on a list. You're making a commitment that I'm going to play these 10 games during the year. That's the idea. That's the challenge, is that anyone can play 10 games, right? But can you pick at the beginning of the year 10 games and meet your commitment? And so I have been participating in this. I've done it 3 years. This will be the 4th year. The first year I did not succeed. A lot of stuff was going on in my life at the time. I didn't finish them all. But 2023 and 2024 I did, and I plan on completing it in 2025. Now, I've already had polls on my channel, and you, the viewers, have selected 4 of the games so far. You may recognize them if you're paying attention to that, or if you voted. Rostov 41 won in the World War I MMP Standard Combat Series category. Death in the Trenches here from Compass Games won in my World War I category. Chancellorsville over there won in my World War... No, actually, this was Maurice Suckling and his designer, right? This was World War I. It had, 2 American Revolutionary War titles. It had a Siege of Malta title in 1565, and obviously Chancellorsville 1860 is American Civil War. Okay, and so between that one, this one, and Lini from the Napoleon's Lost Battle Quad, the Battle of Lini, that one won in the Napoleon category. And that thing's falling over. Alrighty, I'm going to leave it there for now. So I have picked some additional titles, and I'm going to quickly explain some of them, the reasons why I've picked these titles. Battle for Germany is one of the ones I've been doing hex encounter memory videos, and this is the first one I did, or not, because it's the second one. Or was it the third? I remember now. I'm mixing. No, 1776. That was the second one. So I have 2 of my hex encounter memory games on here. So Battle for Germany and 1776. Okay, that's why they're here. Now, 3 of these games are here as dedications to particular people. Axis Empires Ultimate Edition. This is dedicated to Mark Ruggiero and his memory. He passed recently. He was a very strong force in the gaming community, and it's sad to see him go. But this is one of his favorite games here. He, been involved with since Krieg, Totaler Krieg, Axis Empire is the original version, and this is the Ultimate Edition, and he really loved this game. So I'm not gonna play the whole thing. No, I'm gonna play at least one scenario, right? But so I will do that in honor and memory of Mark Ruggiero. Okay, over here, this is in honor of Tony's board life. Why this one? Well, this is something that Tony covered in his master thesis, okay? Walking a Bloody Path, not this particular game, but the Battle of Fallen Timbers. So this is a game from High Flying Dice Games. We're going to play that one, and that's in honor of Tony. And this one here, picked because of good online YouTube friend, Nanguea, Christopher Prest. This was his first game that he bought when he got into war gaming. I mean, he gamed various games over the years, and role playing games and miniature games, but when he got into war game, this was his first one, and so he sort of wanted me to see what I thought of this game, and he really enjoyed it. So I am doing that and dedicating that to him. So that covered all of these guys, 4 from the poll, 2 from the Hexacounter memory segments I'm doing, 3 for dedicated. Leaves one more, okay? And this is the call to action here right now for you guys. One last game. I decided to do a States of Siege game. So I just put it out. This is a poll on my channel. It's now open. 4 States of Siege games. These are the ones that I've selected. I don't know if you can see that really here, but you can look online and you'll see them. Sword of Orthodoxy. This is from White Dog Games. Ottoman Sunset. Originally published by Victory Point Games. I'm going to use the Tabletop Tycoon version because it's got like deluxe components. Zulus on the Rampart. This had multiple versions from Victory Point Games. And then Soviet Dawn, which is really Victory Point's game, but now done by Worthington. I'm going to use that one because that's got nice deluxe components. So there you go. There's 4 States of Siege games. You guys can vote for that. That'll set me up to have 10 games for the year. Now, like I said, this was sort of the final preliminary thing. This is subject to change. Sometimes the guys in the war room, they add little rules and things like, you gotta, like I said, you gotta have certain this games, done by a certain time. One time they had ones. Some have a game that has not yet been released, but you got to commit to doing a game that you're going to buy that releases in the year. That was risky because a lot of people are like, does the game actually come out? So hopefully we won't do something like that this year. That caused a little bit of stress for some people. But so I reserve the right to change maybe 1 or 2 of these before we go live, committed for the year 2025. But this is your chance here to select one more title as channel viewers, participants. You can pick this. Now, some of these games, there was ones in the poll, between the 4 polls that I did and this one, that I may do additional games in here. They're not part of this list. Things I cover on the channel. I do more than 10 games a year. And so some of those runner-ups from the 4 earlier polls, I'll probably select maybe 1 or 2 of those to cover on the channel. And I wouldn't mind doing 2 States of Siege. I don't know if I'll, take 2 off of this list, like, definitely the top one, or I just might pick some other States of Siege game at random. But there is a possibility. So if you vote for these polls and your choice doesn't make it, I may end up covering, additional games during the year. Now, yeah, no promise. That's my stretch goal, so to speak. So that's it for this video. Trying to keep it short for you guys, under 10 minutes. So you will see more when I finalize it, when I finish it. I will probably make another video, and I'll give a little more detail about each game so you can know what's coming up for the year, what kind of games, if particular ones you want to keep an eye out for, like, I definitely want to watch that or not. So those they'll be like mini previews, not really unboxings per se, but, I'll talk about, who was the designer, when did it come out, what's the scenario or scenarios, maybe take a look at the map and the counters, but just a really quick kind of thing to get an idea what the games are about. So that'll be coming up soonish, as soon as the list gets finalized and the season kicks off for the War Room 10-game list for 2025. So, Meandering Mike, Man Cave of Madness, signing off. And remember, Take care of your games, and they'll take care of you. Ciao, y'all.